Okay, so now we're going to demonstrate how to actually use the pen and how you are going to demonstrate it for the students. First, I'd have the kids come in. Everybody sits on the floor. This way you can have their attention. They're not near the 3D pens or any of the different materials. They can be completely focused on you and what you're going to show them. And after you show them this, you're actually going to have them go through it with you. So they're all sitting on the floor. You're going to show them how... I would also then show them the picture of the different parts of the 3D pen. So I kind of would show them this, quickly and just kind of point out all the different parts of the pen. And then you're going to show them how it actually works. So you are going to get your 3D pen, okay? The Scribbler version 3. Here's the back end of the pen, and here's the front end of the pen. So this is where it's very hot with the nozzle. We are going to get the plug, and we're just going to stick the plug in the back. The bottom hole is where the power cord goes. And when I do that, it says 3D pen, and it kind of turns on for you. And I can see my setting currently is welcome PLA, which is the plastic we're using. Can you see that? Welcome PLA, and it says the target temperature is 200 degrees. So that's the temperature I want it to go to, is 200, which is great. So if I want to turn this on now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push down here in my controller buttons. I'm normally gonna hold it with my thumb, and I'm gonna keep my thumb on it. As long as my thumb is on it, it will be pushing the filament forward. But just to turn the plastic on, turn the pin on, I'm gonna hit the forward button just one time and watch how the screen changes. Okay, and what you can see now is you can see the speed. What is my current speed? My current speed is 1. So the speed, that means the rate that the filament will be coming out of the pen is 1. 1 is the slowest, and that's where I would start them all, just so that they can actually get used to actually using the pen. Your plastic is the PLA. We do not want ABS. If it is in the ABS setting, I'll show you how to get out of that. But if you're in the ABS setting, you actually are going to use the 2 buttons up here on top, which control your speed, and you're going to push those together. But guess what? If I try to push it now that my pen is starting to heat up, I don't think it's going to switch. Oh, wait. It did switch. Okay, but we don't want that. We don't want ABS. We're going to switch it back. Both of these buttons at the same time. Come on, go back to PLA. Oh, no, it's not going back. Okay, so I'm going to actually, what I do is when I get stuck like this, when it says ABS and it won't let me go back. Oh, wait, did it? Oh, it did. Okay, but it also affected the speed. So now my speed's at 5. So in PLA, I'm heating up, and I am gonna reduce my speed. I'm gonna hit the backwards button so I get it back down to 1. The speed controls go from 1 to 6. So now we are at 200 degrees. So you do not put your filament into the 3D pen until you've reached the goal temperature. So now that we're at the goal temperature, and it will fluctuate like a little bit, okay? So you can always see what the goal temperature was and what your temperature currently is. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, now that we've turned it on and we made sure speed 1, which is the slowest, PLA, the right plastic, and the temperature is 200 degrees. Now we're gonna enter our filament. I'm gonna lower you so you can see as I'm trying to work, and hopefully it will film this okay. Okay. So now you're gonna have the kids, you're not gonna want, I've got the cord the wrong way. The cord should be longer, but we're gonna get the filament with a clean cut edge, and I'm gonna now insert it into the back of the pen. And when I insert it, I just barely put it in there, and I push that forward start button down here, okay? Push the forward start button. When I push that button, all of a sudden the plastic's gonna start to be pulled into the pen, and I can feel the plastic with my finger. If I just feel it, you can feel the plastic being pulled in. You can see this plastic will actually even turn as it goes. So it takes about 30 to 40 seconds for the plastic to melt and actually start to come out of the tip of the pen. And when it starts to come out, I'm actually gonna let go of this bottom button, the front button, which is a speed controller going forward. Not a speed controller, it's the forward button. Up. See, my filament is already starting to come out. So I am actually gonna let go, and I'm going to, you could drag it across the paper, or if they feel like they've got to touch the tip, have them touch the tip with a popsicle stick or something so that they don't touch the tip. Now you're gonna wanna anchor your pen. So get your pen, stick it firmly in the piece of paper, and I just made a triangle like the size of a quarter, and I firmly press it in there so I can get that plastic to bead up, and then I slowly start to move the pen along my stencil. The reason you really push it into the paper is because you want to anchor it. Anchoring means you're getting the plastic to really stick to that paper. And then you just want to go about the speed that the plastic is coming out of the 3D pen. That's the rate you really just kind of want to move at. And I'm just tracing around the edge of this triangle. And that's what we're going to have everybody do. Have all the kids just do trace the triangle. And I would just stop once you're done. As soon as you set my thumb on that front controller, pressing it forward, as soon as I take my thumb off, it stops. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to back out the plastic. So I put the reverse button. So I just hold it, press it down and hold it. The plastic will come out the back. And when the filament comes out the back, see, I just pull it off. I can put my pin down now. And you actually are just going to right away have the kids with their scissors cut off like the last couple inches, so that way they don't reinsert the plastic that's not good. So what I would do the first time is I'd actually have, this is pretty easy, and you can see it sticks to the paper. The PLA actually sticks really well to paper, so if you're ever working on something, and so I'll take it off the triangle. If you ever have something and you don't want to have any paper on the back of whatever they're working on, lay some packing tape on top of it. And that way the thing will pop off nice and clean. But if you don't worry about having something on the back, it's fine. It will stick to the paper just fine. And then to turn it completely off, I would just unplug it, or it'll shut down by itself if it's not in use. When the kids are working for the first time on this, I would have them, I just put them in groups and just have them do it in twos so that everyone doesn't have their own 3D pen. It's so fast, but have every single student walk through the steps of inserting the plastic, pushing the forward button so that the plastic comes through, learning how to actually anchor it, trace the stencil, then once they've traced the stencil, back it out. It's really fast. You don't want them to spend a lot of time on it, but you want them to learn the very, very basics of using the pen, and then they're good to go at making something else. I'll make some more videos so I can explain stuff. Thanks.